Kim. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
Good. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how you've been using your voice and the vocal nodules that we have found on your vocal folds, all right?
Okay.
And I'll be telling you what that is. So your voice happens as a result of air coming up, you're breathing, and you're pushing air up through your windpipe and through vibrating vocal folds. So you've heard about vocal folds before, probably.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they look like.
Oh, wow.
And when they vibrate, they do so pretty symmetrically, like that, if you can see. So this is your windpipe.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And they open and close almost completely every time. And you can see kind of at the center point, that midpoint, they're coming together the most.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you use your, or do you have any questions about that first?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, that's neat. I've never seen my vocal folds before.
Cool.
Or vocal folds.
I know, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, so you've been speaking pretty frequently with a high pitch and loud volume. And when you do that, it changes the way that your vocal folds vibrate, the way they come together. And they actually come together with a lot more force and tension than they would if you're speaking more quietly or low pitch. So typically you've got several layers of tissue in your vocal folds, but when the outermost layer is the most flexible. So kind of, as you can see, it kind of wobbles around a little bit as your vocal folds are vibrating. But when you've got all this forceful impact, it sort of reorganizes the layers and it stiffens your vocal folds.
Oh, okay.
And right now, that point where they hit the hardest, actually you've got two little bumps that have formed there called vocal fold nodules.
Oh.
So they're basically, they just happen right at this midpoint on either side. And so, as you can imagine, the vibration gets kind of interrupted by that, and you might have to push a little more air through, or push a little harder. You might feel like your voice sounds rough and breathy because you've got air escaping because they can't close as completely as they typically would. So we're going to do a couple of things to work on sort of resting your voice so that we don't have all that hard impact happening. So trying not to use your voice high-pitched, loud, and also learning to use it in a more sustainable way. So we'll be working on something called resonant voice therapy. And yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that later.
Okay.